also understand na either magiging strong independent marksman dun sa baba ang kanilang game number 2 para hindi din masyado ma-pressure yung dalawang membro nila in the Heroes Gorge, kasi yun talaga yung magiging solution for the marksman to use. Kanina we were expecting the Mangya to show up, kaso hindi din masyado nagiging option for now, I guess, no?
Yeah, wala. Parang hindi, depende, no? May draft na babagayin kasi talaga yung Mangya. Kasi dahil nga, wala siyang pantakas. All offense yung dating sa kanya, pero isa siya sa mga best, tank shredders that we have in the game. RWE will be on the blue side at binana nga nila dito yung Dharma, and even itong Mayin ay natanggal na rin dito. Flash PH.
Yeah.
Si Bridget talaga ang nagiging star player, no? Pero in RWE knows na kailangan nilang i-focus yung bans nila at kailangan nilang pahirapan dito si Bridget, taking away two of the heroes that he's most comfortable on.
Yeah, I think I believe Mulan is one of the most difficult heroes to pull off. Ayun yung difficulty level high. Simula actually. Pero hindi ko alam ba't lahat na magaganda kong skin na nabibigay na randomly, doon ko na yan yung mga kung gusto nating may crewhan, Kuya Otto.
Kung gusto nating sumaya ang Pebrero, kailangan natin ng
Mai Shiranui. Yes, of course. Madami. Ito yung nagiging din makulit ang mga Mai Shiranui basta pag nahuli ka ng kanyang Kachuse, mas may flash. Masastun ka talaga pag nakita mo no, Kuya Otto?
Oo, Cho Hisatsu Shinobi Bachi. Yeah. Ganun kahaba yung kailangan mong ibigkas.
Grabe talaga.
Parang kailangan smooth like butter din yung pagkakabigkas mo. But RWE is going to elect to go for the Lady's Son, which prompts me to believe na magbiming sila. But no, they're going for Fuzi. And this is interesting kasi ano ba tong Fuzi na to? Is this going to be a roam Fuzi? Kasi I just don't see the angles at top side. Are they really trying to protect itong si Seven Jin? Are they, asking Seven Jin anong gusto mong pick kasi sobrang daming naban sa top side? Ito ba yung hinihingi niya? We don't know yet.
And a respect as well for the Clash Lane hero potential to show up, yung Miwe. And ako, nalilikotan ako dyan to be honest. Hindi basta-basta.
Tsaka si Seven Jin, talagang may time or may mga games even during the open qualifier na nag-MVP siya gamit yung Miwe. Kaya talagang respect ban yan mula kay Flash PH.
So pag nakuha niya to si Miwe, mapapa-cheers talaga si Seven Jin no?
Yes.
Doon pa lang, yun. Clean talaga yun, kaagad-agad. Itina mo siya, no? Iba na sa Seven Jin, pag nakuha talaga yung mga
kabarangay pala to si Seven Jin. Cubs pala to
grabe, iba talaga. Guys, we love basketball. Okay? So, iba din talaga yung
Alain. Pero lahat yata yung pwedeng tanggalin sa top lane, tatanggalin, no? Alain has been taken away. Possible Byron last ban or kasi kung ikaw yung Fuzi, ang pinaka-ayaw mong katapat is yan, Alain. Doon, pero wala naman kasi nagdadun sa competitive. So I would say Byron is a good enough ban unless sinasabi dito ni Seven Jin na kaya niyang tapatan yung Byron by stacking up some armors and surviving yung mga all-in ni Kuya Byron.
Yeah, I mean, Byron is, for me, I consider to be a guy for all seasons. No, I mean, iba yung nagiging sustain na nagagawa sa Clash Lane, team fights as well. Sustainability talaga ang pwede na talagang magawa. I think you should know, Otto, kasi guys, kung hindi nakakalam, top 1 PH na Byron ngayon, si Kuya Otto. Talagang kaso hindi niya ako
yun yung sa hero pool na meron ako, Byron, Fuzi, yan. Kaya medyo kabisado kayong matchups And now, this is a classic, no? Yung Dachao Fuzi, which was taken away when the Dachao rework happened. Nawala kasi ito yung Dachao Fuzi. The main reason is una yung uwi, hindi na kayo pwedeng dalawa na makauwi. Isa na lang uwi.
Isa na lang
uwi. Kaya hindi talaga siya na naging, standard combo. And now they're electing na hindi pala ano ba talaga? Maring sure pinapaisip pa tayo kung ano yung ganyan magiging pick up dito.
Kung Dachao talaga, kanina nakita ko din sa Rough World era is they really want to play with the map a lot. For Rough World era. I think with the presence of the Dachao, ako hindi ko talaga, maybe sa akin lang hindi ko magana yung Dachao in terms of the rework. Yung 1 and 2, medyo 1 and 3, by the way, nababagalan ako, hindi katulad ng dati. And if you use it aggressively, Pero kung you're a well-composed team to utilize the bigger picture, which is the map, dito mo pwedeng lituhin ng Flash PH kasi yun yung naging game plan ng Rough World Era in that game. So ang tanong, will they secure this with a sweep and move forward sa lower bracket, or ito na ba yung chance ng Team Flash para mabawi yung pagkakamali nila?
I'm trying to think about the draft itself, kung ano yung magiging like running theme natin, kasi kanina yung Kuwei ni Fleur, or yung Kuwei was pretty much the thing that we are trying to circle around on, especially in the early stages ng laro. OSX for this game, same thing pa din. I really think na yung impact ni Fleur dito, kung saan siya pinakahaharot, kung saan niya kung anong lane yung pinakatutulungan niya is going to be the answer kung ano yung magiging estado ng ating early game dito. Because if anything, alam naman natin that the Dachao is pretty much the queen of the tempo, dahil nga yung kanyang Sea of Fate, napakadali mo makapagpauwi ng iyong tropa, at hindi lang yun, no? Yung pagbalik din kasi 4 seconds lang yung pauwi, yung pabalik instant pa.
Yeah, yun talaga, man. Yun talaga yung doon. And ginagawa din itong pangtakas kung ikaw mismo ang magiging casualty doon. So, an early invade for Rough World Era, deciding on to put pressure right away. Nitsua, although, pwede siyang makuha dito. Wow! Ano na aggressive flash in mula kay Danny. Calculated kill. At secure din talaga. Momentum starter ang ginawa dito ng Rough World Era. Early invade!
And plus, it was only made possible because yung pickups dito ng RWE is really good for early game. Hindi nila kailangan yung Ming para ma-maximize etong Lady Sun ni Danny, kasi etong Dachao also has even better kit sa level 1 dahil yung kanyang Koi Fish na yung nakapag-disable with that Team Flash PH. Yeah. Mapapakamot sila sa ulo dito, paring OSX.
Yeah, exactly. Ito yung mga Koi Fish, swerte yan sa mga bagay-bagay.
True.
So kung kailangan din nila tignan na ang papatama ba kayo sa Koi Fish, kasi iba yung ginagawa din talaga ng mga teams right now sa from experience to pro, iba yung ng mapa. So, iba yung magiging makita perspective. Pero, on to the bottom side of the map, kung yung marksman mo din, si Danny, knows really how to play this kind of close, tight situations if you are scaling marksman at nakuha ka na magandang kill early game. Ito yung marksman pre na I will freely make this lane for myself kasi may dashaw pa.
Lane bully in a nutshell, diba? Plus, may red buff pa. Kumbaga parang ang RWE dito, okay, sige, naging successful invade tayo kanina, nakagaw tayo ng red buff. So yung red buff natin, ibigin na natin kay Danny para talaga mahirapan dito si Curbsu.
Yeah. So, yun talaga yung pinaka-challenge. So, what is the situation? Oh my goodness! Curbsu nga ang nagiging target dito ng Rough World Era. Half HP onto the T1. Walang mamamatay dito sa Rough World Era thanks to Floor. Balikan natin instant replay. Ito na nga yung pwesto. Ginamit nga dito yung ang gandang flash, ang gandang huli doon kay Curbsu. Aggressive ang Rough World Era, but it's making so much amazing plays for this early game start.
Massive early game start para sa kanila. And again, if you are FLPH, parang tiyatakan na no? Kung ano yung magiging game sa the early stages ng laro after magkaroon ng invasion dito sa jungle ng Team Flash PH. Translate it into a massive victory dito sa may bandang ibaba. Pre-4 minutes, parang OSX, nasira ang tore ng Flash PH.
Completely. Taking the first defense out, pero nag-aabound din sila dito kung anong pwede nilang gawin against this kind of pressure na pinuput ng Rough World Era na sinimulan nila from the bottom side of the map. So what will be the answer here sa kanilang situation? Dahil kung isipin mo, the lead slowly building up, scaling. Damage-wise, si Arise din pati si Danny.
Yeah, and ang nangyayari dito, utak-utak lang Dansky again!
2v1. Ako, Bridget, mukhang papanganib ang kanyang pwesto doon. Buti na lang, hindi muna siya nag-commit in that state kasi si Fusion.
At least meron siyang flash.
Flash, buti na lang.
Had it been kasi kung nakapitan siya ng poste dito ng Sage's Might ni Seven Gen, that could have been a very easy kill once again para sa Rough World Era. Gusto ko lang din i-point out na itong Rough World Era, inuutakan lang nila yung Team Flash PH, no? Nung nag-commit, wait lang, another one, pero hindi, makakatakas naman si Cray4. Pero nung nag-commit kasi ng Unbridled Outburst, si Cray4 dun sa Blue Buff Exchange kanina, their call was to back away. Ang laking cooldown na nawala dyan.
Mind game.
Kailangan niya mag-ipon ng range. And tingnan mo, hanggang ngayon, no, hindi na naman makagawa ng play ang Team Flash PH because RWE, they know what to do. And they know what to, they know when to back away din kung kinakailangan.
Oh man, no, kung isipin mo parang mind games din talaga. And Draft World Era, habang nangyayari lahat ng to, they want to also maintain the wave push dun sa baba, which will really put Curbsu in a defensive and a pushing state para hindi makabawi. Pero ito ang ginagawa nila, take it with the map. At nahihirapan din ng Team Flash mag-address kung ano ba yung gagawin nila dito. Will they go for the kill? Will they go for the counter push? Pero so far, ito si Arise just maintaining his position. Nagtatawag na, actually nagko-call ng attention dito sa baba si si Arise At nakabasag din talaga. And a bit of a delay of a second. Rough World Era, wala kaming kill. Sige, translate it into a push, which leaves the last T1 dito sa mid lane na pwede nilang kunin anytime now.
Yeah, another escape mula kay Bridget dito, pero again you could see that RWE is just pushing the tempo. Crave4 mahanap ng angle right now has unbridled outburst na tama kay Dachao, and that's it.
Oh no, ito yung unang naging actually medyo na-delay din yung follow-up din doon, pero good thing Team Flash PH nakakuha din ng isang kill doon for that. But Arise here still can do so much with the zone out. So problema lang talaga ngayon, wala pa nakalapat sa depensa ngayon no. Rough World Era.
3 towers to 0.
Naku, habulan. Wala sa Fuzi. Ay, ang ganda namang hila nun. Ay, hindi na makaiwas. Merry Christmas na lang talaga. Alam ko may Christmas.
Sabi nila, pinakamakulit at pinakamahirap mahuli daw yung Hanjin. Ikulong mo na lang.
Hindi, men.
Walang makulit sa nakakulong.
Oh, men. Ito, kung katapat mo, Clash Link, ayaw katapatin eh. Yung mga Fuzi na mga ganyang klaseng mga play. Tinan mo, nagpapalitan lang si Fuzi, si Arise. Ay, ang ganda naman nun. May dahang-dahang knock-up. Okay. Infinite Vastness, aggressively using it for, again, sinubukan makadamage. Nagamit na rin yung Flash. Grabe, mga ultimates na gagamit. Completely, slowly being wasted on those moments na talagang ginagamit lang ng Rough World Era para gamitin yung ulti nyo.
And if you are Curbsu, paano ko makakalapit kung wala ka ng Infinite Vastness? I really think that this early game up until mid game si Tonsky din yung parang unsung hero, yung Mai Shiranui talaga grabe yung pressure sa early game.
Iba talaga yung presensya ng isang Mai Shiranui dito, pero si Bridget ata mukhang ginagawa ng lahat. Oh my gosh. A dominating game here. Start for Rough World Era. Hindi nga sila nakakuha ng kill. Yung presensya lang nila, literal na pinapush pa nila lahat. And that's the main thing. At nahihirapan din si Crave4. I mean, he needs to have a great angle for this. Oh, naku.
Ako yung red buff. Pinaghirapan ni Curbsu para iba yung umani.
Ang sakit nun. Pero Arise, andito, ginamit ng Conductor of Souls onto the back line. Pina-force out lahat ng pwedeng palabasin dito sa Team Flash PH. Meanwhile, habang ginagawa nila zone out, T2 turret na naman. Oh, the damage connecting to Nitsua. Arise onto the statement na ginagamit pa rin talagang lahat ng puwersa din dito. At yung Torre din ang kanilang gustong kunin from Team Flash PH successfully. From T2 to T3, high ground turret ang nakuha na naman Rough World Era. Ito ba ang gusto nilang gawin? Team Flash PH, ano ang ganti dito, Kyoto?
I don't think, if you are Saro, ang pinaka-ayaw mo makasalubong dito is yung Fuzi kasi isang kulong lang. Pwede ka talagang maging casualty agad dito. And Saro just knows, wala na siyang magagawa, wala na siyang tatakbuhan. And Saro tried to clear as much minions as he can, but that's the story. We are staring at a 7-tower crushed in 8 minutes performance mula sa Rough World Era.
And also from 7 turrets, almost ito with the lead, almost 8k at may knock-up na gagawin dito. Ginamit nga din ng ang unending Zoro para makaiwas, pero hindi ka makaiwas sa damage ni Danny. Ginamit ng Infinite Vastness at a double kill connects to the marksman of Rough World Era. Sama mo na rin si Bridget. What the flash crowd control, sayang. Pero 4 na miyembro dito ang present from Rough World Era. They're on a match point for this series. At ito na nga ba ang kanilang huling defense na gagawin for this game for Team Flash?
Alright, now last defense mula sa Team Flash PH. May isa pang super minion na parating dito sa may mid lane, but RWE is deciding to remain patient, remain disciplined. That's been their calling card so far. Yung kills na to, 8-2, it could have been more than that, no? Pero ang nangyayari kasi, kontento na ang Rough World Era na ma-chunk down ng mga members ng Team Flash PH. At pag na-chunk down, focus sa Torre, focus sa objectives. And with that, we are staring at a 8,000 gold lead at the advantage of Rough World Era at pwede pa sila magtawag dito sa main bottom lane para talagang buksan ang mapa.
Ah, man. The opening. Tinawag lahat sa bottom lane. Nandito pala lahat ng tropa ngayon ng Rough World Era.
Grabe.
At pwedeng ikulong dito si Krafer. Wala bang outburst. Di ata magagamit dito ang burst. Nako,
Okay,
isa lang
there we go.
natamaan. Kahit may Torrent tumatama sa Rough World Era, wala silang pakialam. 5 ang present. 2 na, isa nang nawala. Make it 2. Habang tumidepend sila sa base, wala na atang pwedeng magawa ngayon ng T-Flash. But Rough World Era maintains their advantage. A sweep in the series.
Dominating statement mula sa Rough World Era. I have no other words, pare. That was just pure dominance. They played it rough. And it's their era now, is what they're saying. And they will be advancing to the next stage of the lower bracket. To Team Flash PH, we'll see you again. Grabe, napaka-promising ng lineup nila, especially si Bridget and Zaro, no? The Vietnamese imports. But they were not able to get the victory against RWA, and their tournament ends now.
Grabe yun. This was just maintaining the momentum by Rough World Era. Hindi muna sila magpapaalam today, but FLPH on the other hand, on to that second game, pwede pa sanang mabawi considering that there was Jiangfei, nandun din si Long. Although the start talaga kanina was mainly with Danny. Calculated aggression, man, yung Rough World Era in that invade, and they know how to maintain the pressure pa lang, hindi lang sa kills, pati na rin sa mapa.
Yeah, textbook no. I mean, we've been talking about a couple of tendencies, early stages pa lang. We're trying to formulate kung ano yung magiging game plan dito ng RWA, and when they locked in itong Da Chao, one thing in mind na pumasok is that they need and they want to dominate the early game. That they did, no? Talagang invade sila sa red. Na-deny nila yung red ni Zaro. Look at the damage dealt by Zaro. 4%.
Yeah.
At
4%.
hindi siya toothpick. that just shows the story. Hindi siya nakapaglaro. Hindi siya nangalapit sa mga members ng RWE to make his presence felt. And it's not entirely his fault, diba? It's also because RWE was able to play around dun sa early game in where na-deny sa kanya yung red buff. Hindi lang yung pag-deny ng red buff yung problema dun eh. They were also able to deny yung mga precious seconds na sana nagpa-farm dito si Zaro, and with that, disaster happened one after another.
Yeah, man. Like, if you would see the gold graph here, completely an inclined slope at parang 10k gold lead ang nakita nating build up dito ng Rough World Era. Ang gandang nakabit na ginawa din ni Tunsky na talagang magugulat ka sa isang Mice Shredder na nagda-dive na lang bigla. And this was the started calculated invade aggression na sinimula ni Danny from the first minute. At kung may ipagkabulang ka sa isang Fuzi, make sure na makunat ka kasi hindi ka talaga dyan.
Tsaka wala siyang mana, no? Parang naubusan na yata ng pantalon dito si Zaro. Kaya nung na-attack siya, goodbye talaga. Isa pa to, no? Kahit mag-ending sorrow ka, basta nakakapit na sa'yo yung poste, yung lubog mo, hanggang dun lang. Sa sa poste na yun, talagang nakatali ka na parang manok.
Oh man, hirap na kung isipin mo. The Infinite Vastness was completely defensively, and yung frontline nahirapan din pumesto din dito si Krafer para makapagbigay ng tamang outburst. And this could have been the turnaround in each fight. And Sinitsua kumuha pa din ng actually that was a venomous staff na pick up into 9 minutes and 51 seconds.